Foreign mature series cover a wide variety of genres from action to comedy to drama, and the genre has expanded into other media such as video game adaptations. MECHA has also contributed to the popularity of scale model robots. Today we're gonna show you top 10 of this anime genre. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe for best content. Number 10, Night of Sidonia. Music. 1,000 years after humans flee from Earth, Sidonia defends against alien monsters called Gorna. Is truly a marvel. When I began the first episode and laid my eyes on the CGI, felt a bit underwhelmed, in my opinion. Began to waver on the show, however SNK soon made me realize that I could have never been so wrong, and I'm glad for that. Sidonia is a post-apocalyptic science fiction anime where every demon kind lives in fear of being decimated but continues to survive on an enormous ship known as Sidonia. Their struggle is against an alien species known as the Gunner, which have brought humanity to its knees before, and the only thing between. Number 9, Eureka VII. In the backwater town of Belforest lives a 14-year-old boy named Renton Thurston. He desires to leave his home behind, join the mercenary group known as Geass, hoping to find some adventure to brighten up his mundane life. However, stuck between his grandfather's insistence to become a mechanic like him and the pressure of his deceased father's legacy, the only excitement Renton finds is in his pastime of riding the trapper wave particles that are dispersed throughout the air, an activity akin to surfing. Eureka 7 is definitely an entertaining series, even if not a great one. The artist's reasoning from the animation, designs, and music may help you overlook the story's schizophrenic entity. Number 8, Gunbuster. In the near future, humanity has taken its first steps towards journeying into the far reaches of the galaxy. Upon doing so, they discover a huge race of insectoid aliens known as space monsters. These aliens seem dedicated to the eradication of mankind as they near closer and closer to discovering Earth. In response, humanity develops giant fighting robots piloted by hand-picked youth from around the world. There is an ongoing controversy about Neon Genesis Evangelion and its status as an iconic anime. As much as I dislike the main characters, I have to agree that NG is a classic anime for many reasons. However, many die-hard fans of the show become blinded to NG's superior animation, the show which marked the directorial debut of Hideaki Kino in anime. Number 7, Gundam Double L. In the distant future, mankind's dependence on fossil fuels will lead to their complete depletion and energy crisis. Unlike anything the world witnessed, out of retaliation and fear, humanity began focusing at an alternative source of energy: solar power. Different nations have united together to form three major factions: the Union of Solar Energy and Free Nations, the Advanced European Union, and the Human Reform League. Each of these sectors has access to the solar power generator, which gives them limitless energy. Mobile Suit Gundam 00 is yet another addition to Sunrise's long-running meta series Mobile Suit Gundam, as well as the newest in the line of alternative universe Gundams. Number 6, Darling in the Franxx. In the distant future, humanity has been driven to near extinction by giant beasts known as Klaxosaurs, forcing the surviving humans to take refuge in massive fortress cities called plantations. Children raised here are trained to pile a giant mechas known as Fran Roman 20, weapons known to be effective against the Klaxosaurs and boy-girl pairs, bred for the sole purpose of piloting these machines. These children know nothing of the outside world and are only able to prove their existence by defending their race. Darling in the Franxx is a great example of what two studios working together can bring, though in the later episodes it struggles with its story. It is still really enjoyable and with some amazing art, sound design, and characters. Number 5, Guilty Crown. Japan, 2039. 10 years after the outbreak of the apocalypse virus, an event solemn regarded as lost Christmas, the once proud nation has fallen under the rule of the GHQ, an independent military dedicated to restoring order. Funeral Parlor, a guerrilla group led by the infamous Gate Satsugami, act as freedom fighters, offering the only resistance to GHQ's cruel despotism. Storytelling is, after all, an art form, and a good writer can captivate their audience without overtly referencing where their inspiration came from. Storytelling is, after all, an art form, and a good writer can captivate their audience without overtly referencing where their inspiration came from. Unfortunately, the folks behind Guilty Crown appear to have forgotten this simple fact, and it leaves one with a sad realization that this anime had the potential to be so much more than it is. Number 4, Ghost in the Shell. Music. In the year 2029, New Hama City has become a technologically advanced metropolis due to great improvements in cybernetics, its citizens are able to replace their limbs with robotic parts. The world is now more interconnected than ever before, and the city's public security Section 9 is responsible for combating corruption, terrorism, and other dangerous threats. Following this shift towards globalization, as Motoko and her subordinates follow the enigmatic criminal's trail, Ghost in the Shell is one of the reasons. Besides, a clearer animes became so popular in America and in Europe because it shows how anime are supposed to be. This isn't a commercial product full of cliches and overused darts-like types. It's a beautiful masterpiece of art, but this anime is not made for everyone. It is made to appeal to mature audience. Since the majority of anime and nearly every recent made anime is for teenagers or children, I would suggest you think about it twice before you just randomly start watching this anime, else you will just get confused. Number 3. Kages. In the year 2010, the Holy Empire of Britannia is established itself as a dominant military nation, starting with the conquest of Japan. Renamed to Area 11 after its swift defeat, Japan has seen significant resistance against these tyrants in an attempt to regain independence. Lamperge, a Britannian student, unfortunately finds himself caught in a crossfire between the Britannian and the Area 11 rebel armed forces. He is able to escape, however, thanks to the timely appearance of a mysterious girl named Cease, who bestows upon him Jesus, the power of kings. Seriously though, good story, good characters, good animation, and good music. It seems Kages mainly focus on the drama, emotion, and the heartbreaking moments. Number 2. Gurren Lagann. Simon and Carmina were born and raised in a deep underground village hidden from the fabled surface. Carmina is a free-spirited loose cannon bent on making a name for himself, while Simon is a timid young boy with no real aspirations. One day, while excavating the earth, Simon stumbles upon a mysterious object that turns out to be the ignition key to an ancient artifact of war, which the duo dubs Lagann. Using their new weapon, they fend off a surprise attack from the surface with the help of Yokolet and her hot-blooded redhead wielding a massive gun who wanders the world above. Gurren Lagann was breathtaking and endlessly thrilling ride from the most humble beginnings to the most fantastic events. Absolutely inspiring, and I must watch. There are so many memorable moments in this series and lines and ideas that it imprints into your very soul. Number 1. Neon Genesis Evangelion. In the year 2015, the world stands on the brink of destruction. Humanity's last hope lies in the hands of Nerva's special agency under the United Nations and their Evangelions, giant machines capable of defeating the angels who herald Earth through him. Jandari Curry, head of the organization, seeks compatible pilots who can synchronize with the Evangelions and realize their true potential. Aiding in this defensive endeavor are talented personnel: Misada, Catch Surgery, head of tactical operations, and Ritsuko, chief scientist. Evangelion is one of the strongest anime ever produced. It employs powerful characters, a deep story, and art that has only just began to show its age. What makes the show's longevity even more powerful is that even now, on sites such as Eva Geeks, people are still analyzing this series, trying to know everything about it. I hope Evangelion will live on in the hearts of its fans, who will continue to appreciate its deep, metaphorical story. I hope that Evangelion will always remain an anime that will be treasured for all the ages. Music. You